So we're going to talk about graphic design. A career in graphic design involves creating visual content to communicate messages, ideas, and branding for clients across various media, including print, digital, and advertising. Graphic designers use tools like Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign to craft logos, brochures, websites, social media graphics, packaging, and more. They work with typography, color theory, and layout design to create aesthetically pleasing and functional designs. Graphic designers can work in-house for companies, at design agencies, or as freelancers. A successful career typically requires a mix of creativity, technical proficiency, problem-solving skills, and an understanding of design principles to meet clients' needs and to produce visually impactful work. So for our assignment, you're going to create all the work about a certain company. So you can think of it like this company has hired you to create a logo, a poster, and 3 packaging designs to promote their products for, and then insert an event or holiday. So a company of your choosing and an event and holiday of your choosing. So let's go ahead and look at some logos. So you're going to choose a color scheme the company will use for their marketing. So it could be the colors that they use now. It could be a different color scheme. You're going to design 15 different logos for the company. So like these, you can use shapes, the pen tool. We want to have precise like angles with them, custom shapes. So once you have your 15 logos for the company all on the same canvas, once you have them all created and designed, you're going to choose which design is your favorite, and then you're going to make that the largest on the canvas, or you can put it on its own file. I really like this logo, so I chose to put it on its own canvas and make it fill up the whole space. So our color scheme should be the same for every logo, and it should be 3 to 5 colors. So that's for different shades, hues, tints. So I have 1, 2, 3 right here. Should I have, and I think white was my 4th color. 2 greens, teal, and then white. The logo should correlate with what the company does. So mine's a community garden, so all of mine were flowers or natural things that you would find in a community garden. The color scheme should be a thoughtful choice. So since the garden is out in nature, I chose greens and blues to represent that. And I wanted it to look calming because of the calming nature of the community garden. So blues and greens are very calming colors. So again, you can use vectors, type, pen tools, shapes, all of that to create the logo. If you're not sure what colors to use, you can use Adobe Color, and it gives you different color schemes. So it gives up to 5 colors, just like how we need up 3 to 5 colors for our color scheme. So you can have an analogous color scheme, a monochromatic color scheme, a triad, complementary, split complementary, square, compound shape, or a custom. So maybe I want to have split complementary color scheme for mine, and I want it to be something like this. You could change the mode, but I just left it at RGB. When we look at the logos, notice how you can recognize what something is just based on the shape or based on the colors. And you don't always need words next to them. Some of them use words and some of them don't, and it's really up to you on what you're trying to convey with your logo. Do not make it the same. So you can either choose your own company and completely design the logos how you want, like make up a company, or you can use an already existing company, but all of the logos have to look different than the one that it looks like now. The next part is to create a poster. So your poster is for an upcoming event, real or fictional, to promote the sale from your a sale for the company that hired you. So there has to be at least 4 text boxes. So name of the event, date and time of the event, location of the event, saying or short description of the event or what will be there. At least 1 layer style for each text box. At least 1 text box has to have a clippy mask. If you don't remember how to do that, again, watch the video. There has to be some sort of background, use different fonts, different font sizes, an overall cohesive and aesthetic design. Use the character windows panel to make adjustments to the type. If you don't remember how to do that, again, use the type video to help you remember what things you can do with the fonts and type. You're going to include a complex selection, so using masks and channels, and refer back to the mask video. You can warp the text, and then you're going to include your logo on the design as well. We can look up different posters and see how they use the font in an aesthetically pleasing way and unique, how they use their selections, how they use the shapes, vectors, pen tools to create unique designs for the event or holiday. This example is off to a good start. It has different fonts, it has a holiday, an event, but there's nothing visually that interesting about it, so we need some sort of background, some colors, change up how the font is looking in a tasteful and different type of way. This one uses the font in a unique way, filling up the mask, and then it's using their color scheme throughout the entire poster. There's still a little bit of space or stuff that could add some visual interest to, or changing up the rest of the font to create some more interest with it. It has at least 3 different colors, so the light purple, the dark purple, and the yellow. The last part is creating packaging design. So you're going to design 3 product packaging templates using guides and pen tools. You're going to have a creative shape design, so not just a box. Show all different sides of the packaging. Add information about the product and design. You're going to include the logo of the company, include the name of the product, picture a way to see the product, a list of what is included, instructions and directions, and any additional information like nutrition information, allergies or batteries needed, age requirements, like games that are 3 up. Why should the customer buy this project? Make sure you include a logo. So this example right here is a great example of including a lot of information. So look at all the nutrition facts, the instructions, um, more information, a barcode, uh, the brand, and what is in the box. But this is a very basic template. We want to think of how to create unique packaging designs and how to use them in a creative and thoughtful way. These are some good examples. So like these juice boxes, make each one like a slice of that fruit and it looks like that fruit. Here, make it look like bread is the gnome's hat. Here, the paintbrush, like a mustache, using the laces out of the bird's nose. The cookies, like they're in an oven, and 3 separate parts here, so creating like a hexagon type shape with multiple parts in it. So while you are creating this, you definitely want to make sure that you have your rulers turned on and use the guides to help you make sure that everything is lined up. I would use the pen tool first to draw out how you want your tablet to look, and designs to help you fit where the pictures, the designs, the text are all going to go, and set it up so you have it where everything's going to fit. The box here in here. So to have all of those created, make sure that you have your name or logo in the bottom right corner of each. Save them as BSD files and export them as JPEG files. Make sure that you turn them in with the reflection attached to the assignment in Google Classroom. Make sure your projects are all for the same company and that you have 3 packaging designs, and the packaging designs are not just a plain box shape. I'm so excited to see what you create.